every time I think that there's an end to this, every time I think there's no more to say about Erika Kirk or Candace or TPUSA, it's over, it's done, it's finished, it's run its course. We've said everything there is. What are you going to do? Every time I think this, I find out, oh, nay, it's not even close to being finished. It's not even close. And I am telling you right now, and I'm unabashedly going to tell you, I find it absolutely fascinating. Do you hear me? Fascinating. I find this beyond words. Seriously. I love, maybe it's me, I love stories about how people ruin their lives. It sounds terrible. You know, this Shia LaBeouf, you know, this feller, you know, this crazy actor type, you know him? You know, who's going to throw everything away because of craziness, getting into trouble. Tiger Woods, you think, what are you doing? What's happening? The Epsteins, the people, the Cash Patels. And all anybody had to do was sit down and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. Erika, others, listen to me carefully. We're going to do something very, 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 very carefully. We're going to start acting like a charity, sort of. And we're going to basically just act like we care about people. And I don't care whether you mean it or not, we're going to start acting like this. Any moment, front door, dear heart. At any I'm telling you, all they had to do was say, these are our programs. This is what we're doing. This is how we're helping children. This is what we're doing. Right now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you this, and you can laugh or it's up to you. There are people right now who are noticing for the very first time in a very long time that there are people, the Pope and others as well, the Catholic Church, who are coming out of the woodwork saying that we are being deluged with the evil, that we need. Listen to this. The Pope, and Candace mentioned this because I know she's Catholic now. The Pope has said that they're going to ask for 2,000 exorcists. One new exorcist, an exorcist per diocese. This would be the time to move forward. All they would have to do is stop talking about themselves, stop having this stupid Charlie Kirk, boring as shit, this, pardon my French, this horrible podcast. I don't know who these people are. Where did they ever find them interesting? What are they doing? It's like people, have you ever had, maybe you've seen this. Have you ever had somebody in your neighbor, and maybe in your town, who used to insist upon doing their own advertising? There was a here in New York years ago. There was a wedding, kind of not a wedding chapel, but a wedding like event or place, and it was these this couple. I don't know, foreign. I don't know where they're from, and they said, the marriage, it would make your dreams come true. The Grand Concourse, and it was a local thing, and they had these people would make your dreams come true, and they insisted upon doing themselves. They have to, do this. They insist that, oh no, we're gonna keep talking about this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. And you're thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? All they have to do is sit there and say, we're going to help right now. Right now, you've never needed more Turning Point USA than ever. And we're going to go out and we're going to reach out to all of our chapters to try to find out, to reconvene, to reconnect, to reestablish our connectivity with Jesus. Just ignore this. Ignore Druski and ignore this stuff. Just ignore it. Get down. Stop talking about yourself. Stop talking about yourself. Dress down. Be plain. Be ordinary. Go and realize this. You're gonna be losing chapters. Look at Arkansas. People are seeing through this. And Druski, you could have owned that. You could have said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you I've got a great sense of humor. That killed her. They're still talking about it. They have the thinnest skin available. And the best part is they don't understand that they're literally, actually, truly. Everything they said about her is true. She's a phony. She is the biggest phony, the most synthetic thing anybody has ever seen. So anyway, so this is the part that I don't understand. And it's better than ever. And it's getting worse. They can't stop talking about themselves. And if you had any doubt in your mind what they're really about, Charlie didn't talk about himself. He never did. Never. Think about it. I mean, you might have known a little something about what he was doing, but he was never like, how do I do it? How do I become Charlie Kirk? Well, as you can imagine, it's pretty tough being Charlie Kirk. That's me, all right? Because you see, being Charlie is, and he never glammed it up. He never emphasized they had things about family, and he wanted to emphasize these things. He really, honest to God, sincerely wanted to be a family guy. He was a simple man. And by the way, it was that simplicity, that innocence that led him to this fire-breathing cur, this harpy, this termagant, this virago, this shrew, this not Myrtrix, no, God forbid, this grimalkin, this liar, all of them. And then to come forward and to send out all of the has-beens, the hacks, the usual, the dirtbags, the usual idiots who come forward and say, I can't believe you're managing the band because the widow again. They know one message, one theme. I'm telling you, it's done. It is so finished. There's no end to this. There's no end to this. Do you understand how they have mocked Candace Owens since the beginning? Everybody from Chappelle on down. She loved it. Thank you. There's something like diffusing what you're doing by saying, thank you. Thank you. Invitation is the greatest form of flattery. Thank you. I've made it now. Thank you. This is the part. This is the thing which is the most incredible. And then recently there were these folks from TPUSA are suggesting that you're not going to believe this. A lot of these lefties are going to be trying to work together to try to get Tyler Robinson off. Why? What is your vested interest in having Tyler Robinson convicted? Are you sure of this? They're basically saying, look, we don't give a shit what he did. We want this over with. That's why I told you, and I said this. It would be better off for these people, believe it or not. I'm sorry to say this. If something just happened to happen to him. If there were no Tyler Robinson, it would be the greatest thing for these people ever. They'd have to say, guess what? No need to worry about this. No depositions. Nobody taking the stand. Nobody possibly embarrassed. Can you imagine these idiots? Can you imagine these idiots taking the stand? Provided, and I'm assuming that Tyler's defense team was a full-throated, fully invested, hardcore, serious defense team who would bring in everybody to talk about what was done that day and what the negligence, remember, it's going to be very, very tough because he has to disprove the accusations against Tyler, but you could argue that in the advancement of his defense, one of the things he's showing is to show you how their defense is that it could be other people, and the reason it could be other people is because of the fact that they were so negligent. Van Enken, sounds like a good horror movie, doesn't it? Says EK is like a train wreck. You just can't stop looking. And the conductors of the train wreck are the TPUSA people. Thank you, by the way. Do you see what I'm saying? They could be saying, look, our defense is going to be that there were other people involved. And the reason why other people could be involved, the people who could have been actually the assailants, were because of this really lax and really sloppy program or protocol regarding security. I call for the witness stand, boom, 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 boom. The hierarchy of TPUSA. Have you had any threats? What? Have you had any threats? You have, haven't you? According to your deposition, somebody's deposition, you said that Charlie was absolutely deluged with threats that day, right? Or every day. Who was in charge of his security protocol? Yeah. Who decided to let him appear in the open in this place? Who? Were there metal detectors? Did Charlie specifically say no to that? Did you discuss it with him? Doesn't Charlie have concern for his family and his children? What exactly was your job as security? Let's just assume. And then you find out, wait a minute, this is weird. Again, adding layer upon layer to the fact of this is a weird group of people. A weird group of people. And let me also tell you something. You think you're catty, don't you? You think you're catty. Do you ever people tell you that you're just like mean girls, making fun of her and the way she looks, making fun of her with that Druski. The fact that Grok said she was, and I will tell you this much, I mean no harm or wish no harm for her in the least, but I will tell you this much, I can't stand her. I mean, I can't stand her. If ever there was a phony, the consummate phony, it is indeed she. She is it. She is like nothing I have ever seen. Ever. Quick. Just think. Name some phonies you've had. Name some phonies. Tammy Faye Baker. Who are some phonies? I mean, some classic people, in the women in particular, that you never believed a word they said. You bring it live. I'm doing it live, baby. I know, I understand it. It's on its way. But I'm thinking, Tammy Faye Baker. I know it says it, but we'll see. Who were some of the ones? Paula White. Oh my God. Oh, Edie. Oh, Lord. Have you, whoa. I don't even know. I don't even know how to. Yes, ma'am. I don't even. My phone? My phone is on. I'm using a thing. What do you need the phone for? Okay. This is something which is so incredible. This White. Look, I never want to explain, how do I say this? I never want to explain or make fun of people in their faith. But if there was anybody that I thought would be, how do I say this? That did not, how do I say this? Just a minute. This is the part. Anyway, I don't know what to tell you about this thing. It says it. Anyway, doesn't matter. This woman in particular who was talking about tithing, basically tithing, who was suggesting that you got to give 10% of this stuff. Look, I understand something, and this is a problem. Oh, Amber. See, look at this. This is the part. Jodi Arias. Oh my God. Jodi Arias. Jennifer Lawrence, great liar. You know, very good. Meghan Markle, absolutely. Meghan Markle, tremendous. Indeed. Indeed. This is the part that I find the most fascinating. Now, here's the bottom line. And maybe you can help me. Maybe you can figure this out or you can do something. We need to get somebody, maybe to her particular point, to explain for the benefit of this. It's the only reason I care about this. There's a lot of young people who really could have benefited from this tremendously. And these individuals could have absolutely, positively have benefited tremendously. And the reason why is because, as I said before, this country is in the midst of evil. Let me say this again to you. I've never heard, when I grew up and was in Catholic school, we didn't have anything, even remotely anything, that was similar to the devil. Never really talked about the devil. Never really happened. We knew it was there, but we never really thought there was an actual, it wasn't a concern. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a concern. And the reason why it wasn't a concern was the fact that we knew it was there theoretically, but the bottom line is that it just, you know, and they talked about it. And the reason why they talked about it was because there was let me see. There was something which is the most important. Let me try to do this very quickly. I'm sorry, there's something worse than trying to talk to you and I got these other things working at the same time. Right now, for the first time, there comes a time when these folks, these young people in particular, turned to him and said, now, Charlie, we need you more than ever. And if ever I thought there was a time when people were in need of this, it's now. And what are they doing? They're talking about herself. And the best part are these other people who are working hand in hand and trying, I guess they're trying to promote her because they feel that, I don't know if it's part of their contract or if it's part of their desire or part of their thing, but why they're jumping on board with the idea of her being, you know, the widow. That notwithstanding. What's interesting to note more than anything else is to see what happens when you have somebody who is unable to grasp the idea that you have been given this opportunity. And the whole world is watching you. And you had the opportunity. You were loved, beloved. The world was so sympathetic towards you like you can't believe. How could you ruin this? Think about this. People were crying. Candace Owens, absolutely at first. This was her friend. Nobody suspected this woman of anything. Nothing. Nobody ever thought about her being in any way anything short of this woman. People, their heart broke for her. And the kids, I don't know when it started with that casket photo. And nobody within the organization said, no, don't do this. No. And it was almost like Erika said, no, you don't understand. This is about me now. Wait. Let's make sure we understand something here. What do you have in mind? Are you going to play the quiet, not the dutiful, but the sad wife? Are you going to be the sad wife? Because it doesn't seem like you are. And immediately, think about this. You'll never see this ever again. They handed this to you. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to do anything. She couldn't even fake the tears. She didn't even know how to react. It's like she didn't feel it. And she says, what am I going to do? But I'm going to outact them. I'm going to give them I'm not going to be some slobbering, blubbering, lacrimating woman who, sits back and no. No, I'm going to be a little different here. I'm going to give them something a little different. I'm going to give something a little bit different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you specifically what's happening here. I'm going to show you what it's like in this particular case, how this thing works. See, this is the part that I don't understand. Life gives you things. Life gives you these stories. Life gives you these opportunities. Life, they're from God. It's a PR. It's magnificent. Everything? That's all right. Don't worry about that. We just got our our food. It's a long story. But life comes down and tells you this. All she had to do was say, just can you try crying? Do you ever want to sit down and say, Erika, can I ask you a question? I know this sounds terrible. Nobody's going to know about this. Did you ever really cry about this? Of course you did. What did that feel like? Tell me what it felt like. I know you must have felt it. I know you must have felt it. I know when you were by yourself. I know you didn't sit here and Charlie meant something to you. Of course he did. Why must you curate? Why must you perform? Why must you go out of your way to add something, whatever you did? Why did you have to schmaltz this thing? Why? That's the part that gets me. And those TPUSA people, these idiots who sit around with this stupid, it's blasphemous. I can't even watch that, whatever that podcast is. It's horrible. I mean, first of all, these people are uninteresting. They're unattractive. I don't mean in terms of physical, but in terms of their personality and what they have to offer. They offer nothing. And you would think they would sit around and say, listen, we got to get some coaching here. What do we do? How do we do this? And I would have said simple, don't miss a beat. Remember who you are. Go on and double down on your charity. Give something. Show them. Imagine if she came out dressed, not plainly, but just, and said, I'm going to celebrate my husband's life. And I'm going to do exactly what Charlie would want me to do. I'm going to give him my time. I'm going to give him my effort. I'm going to focus on spreading the word. Give out Bibles, wrap bandages. I don't know what the hell is the word, but just do something. But she didn't do this because her whole thing was, here, I'm doing it. And if she just said, I know she couldn't do this. I know she couldn't do this. I know. But if I were Erika, I know this is nuts to say this, is like, what do you do for all the detractors? What do I do with the detractors? Do you know what our Lord went through, especially Easter? What Charlie went through? And I'm going to worry about my little feelings being hurt? Are you kidding me? I wouldn't desecrate his name in this moment by even for the slightest bit suggesting that I can't handle this. I accept this. I'll do this 1,000 times to get my Charlie back. This is nothing. There are people in the world, around the world, suffering and dying. And I'm worried about somebody being mean to me online? That's nothing. Oh my, can you imagine that? And this is to all those people out there and all those kids out there who feel trolled and who feel bullied and who commit self-harm, but I'm saying this to you. Don't let them get you. Let me be an example for you. Let me carry the weight for you. Let me absorb it. Oh my God. It's just, all this was given to her. And what does she do? No, because she's an idiot. That's the part. Nature always crushes idiots for the most part. For the most part. But idiocy and hypocrisy and this vainglorious nonsense, all of this will catch up with you. It's the most incredible thing in the world. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you something right now. And by the way, I'm going to be doing another live one later because I kind of like these. This whole vibe thing, live is a different vibe. I like it a lot better. It makes me feel different than recording something and that sort of thing. There's something that is happening right now. Did you happen to see No Kings over the weekend? Did you see all over the country? There were millions of people. Now we're in the middle. Something is happening here. Something is happening. The left is doing something. I don't know what they're called. If this is the left, if this is the enemy, if these are the commies, I don't know what you want to call these people. But they are coming out en masse. And what are we doing? Whoever, I don't even know who we are. But nothing. 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 They did that. Conservatives had CPAC. They did this. The conservatives sat around and they just talk about, you've got Paula White or whatever. I don't understand it. Republicans, GOP, they just want to make fun of everybody. They just want to, we have this here in New York. We have a guy named Zoran Mamdani. He's the mayor. He's going to make fun of him all day. Oh, his wife is crazy and they're stupid. Well, what are you going to do about it? I don't know, but he's stupid and he's ugly and he's dumb and he's... We're in the middle of a revolution. Are you seeing this? Do you see what I'm saying? You don't think I'm exaggerating, do you? Do you ever feel like this? Do you ever think like somebody's got to do something? What are we doing? Somebody got J.D. Vance. He goes, I think maybe the aliens are demons. I say, this is what you're talking about? You know Trump's talking about troops on the ground, boots on the ground. Do you hear this? I don't know what this is. Do you know what's going on right now? Do you know this? This is some serious business. Big time. Erika can't lose what she never had. But you know what, Stephen Salty? Thank you. She could have also added on to this. That's the point. You could have owned this. See, this one of the greatest ones ever. One of the greatest examples of this, to an extent, was Princess Di, who came along and said, okay, Chuck, you want your Camilla Bow Wow? Okay, watch what I do. And I'm going to be the most loved person in the world. You got that, Queenie? You got that? They're going to, remember when she died? Remember when she was holding AIDS babies? Do you know what that was? And Charles walking around ironing his shoelaces. I shit you not. They ironed his shoelaces. Meghan Markle, another one like what's her name? Doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. But Princess Diana did. They loved her. What did she do? She was a landmine. Remember, she's walking around with a, well, they probably cleared that thing a million times. But the point is, she says, I'm going to do landmines and AIDS. I'm going to go out there and do something. And what's Chuck doing? Nothing. He's on this polo pony with that equine bow wow. I mean, it's incredible. It's just, she was brilliant. Brilliant. You know who also came along? You know who did this? Like nobody's business. And I wish Melania would do it a little bit more. I think she's doing the best she can. I think she's writing her own script. Jackie Kennedy. Holy God. Remember that one? Oh, they went crazy over her. Speaking French, speaking Spanish, speaking, bringing class, redoing the other first ladies tried to do it. Remember Linda? Remember Lady Bird? She'd pick up the garbage, keep America beautiful. That was nice. Laura Bush, libraries, I think. See, I love people come in and they own something, where they become the most loved person there is. They have, oh my God. I would have had something. Who knows? Erika could have done something, maybe about Not so much gun violence, because that's not a conservative thing, people, but maybe dealing with children who are victims, whose parents were the victims of crime. She could have done something like that. You would have loved her. She would have walked out and people would cry. If all of a sudden she goes to schools and talks to families and she's in a room, and let me tell you something, one thing about TPUSA, it's too white. It's too country club looking. It's too Stepfordy. I don't know who these people are. Don't they care about optics? I never understood this. I never understood this. I used to see that same thing about whenever Trump rallies. Remember the people sitting behind Trump? I would tell Mrs. L, I think some people of diversity. Next thing you know, he must have got the message telepathically. Imagine if she had done this. Imagine if Erika had gone. And, forget Druski. Just sit there and say, America, we are a country of freedom of speech and parity. Everybody. But everybody. It's the greatest form of fondness or celebration. She could have diffused them. She could have done so. She could have whatever. And she could have also, what about this? What about this? Think about this. She goes out and she says, listen, I want to talk to little girls out there. I'm an adult. I ask for this. Okay? By virtue of what we do. And when you do my thing, people make the way you look and the way you sound. And I understand that. But I want you to understand something. We can never let people tell us who we are. We can never let bullies define who we are. And I want you to understand something. I can take it, but I want you to know, if anybody ever makes fun of you or the way you look, or if you have some kind of a deformity, or maybe you're overweight, or maybe you're poor, maybe your clothes aren't up to, whatever it is, remember this. Nobody can tell us who we are. Oh my God. You would say, I love this woman. No matter what they give her, you give her right back. It's the most incredible thing in the world. That would be wonderful. Meeting with children or parents or spouses who loved veterans, wounded warriors, kids who never had a father because their father died in war. Oh my God. Donating something, this, you hear what I'm saying? She wouldn't know what if I sat here and told her this, she'd look at me like, what are you talking about? I don't feel this. Why am I doing that? Because you want to help people. Why do I want to help people? It's about me, damn it. It's me. Why do you keep talking about helping people? That's nice. Does it help me? Okay, all right, Erika, it'll help you if you do this. Okay, I'm on to something now. I don't understand it. I don't. We have these people, the Kardashians, but at least the Kardashians never promise anything. These people who are just miserable. The De Niros and others, the ones who don't really say anything. Doesn't that blow your mind? Maybe I just expect too much. I always think that, sometimes life situation will give you something. Remember when Bob Geldof and they did We Are the World and Live Aid and Do They Know It's Christmas? Whatever the hell it was. I don't know if anybody got a dime from that. But do you remember when that was brilliant? Nobel Prize. Remember Bob Geldof and the Boomtown Rats? Nobody knew his music. That's the different story. Brasileira. Carla says, authenticity is my motto. I would rather die on my hill than give up my authenticity. People who lack it are insufferable, in my view. Here. You have no idea. Oh. We're going to have the first annual. My wife and I talk about what I call the FOS, the Full of Shit Award. You have no, I live. I can't, I don't want to tell you. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't surprise you. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like any of these people. I don't hang around any of these people. They have these events all the time. They have these things here. Oh, we're going to party for this one. Let's go over here. Let's hang around. I don't want to hang around these people. The people whose names you would know, I think, they're the worst. I have no interest. They don't know anything. Oh my. And I go crazy when I'm around, like you say, people who aren't authentic, people who aren't real, and people who have nothing to say. There's like, I can't take it. I can't take it. And I run out of new ways to say, well, I say, hey, you want to go to this thing? Well, I'll be soaking my comb that night, or I'm going to steam up the mirror and draw faces. Mrs. Ellen and I are going to pair off the sock drawer. We're going to, no, it's okay. And there are people. I know one person. I know a woman. Very nice woman. She is out every single night of the week. And I mean, with the pictures and the this or over here. There's a lot of places in New York to go. And I swear to God, I'm thinking, why do you want to go do this? Why? They have nothing to say. They just want to be seen, or they want to. I don't know what I don't know what it is. I don't. And you know what? I never did. I never got it. I never understood it. Seriously. I never understood it. You know, if you're able to do, this is so weird. The most selfless, the most authentic person is my wife. The most. Period. You should see. I'm not going to tell you what we do. But I promise you, she's always dealing with you have no idea. The Washington crew, how she sees through this. It breaks her heart when she deals with parents whose kids have been hurt. See, that's why the Erika thing helps. That's the most incredible thing in the world. That would be. We are so inauthentic. And by the way, we are this close, my friends. This close to war. And I don't know where these wars today go. And I'm telling you, if you pray, start praying. And if you worry about stuff, start worrying. Because there are some people who one day say, we've had enough of this shit. You got that? And let me tell you something. If you believe in a world of Manichaean, good guys and bad guys, you are in for a disaster, because the bad guys don't think they're bad guys. They think you're the bad guy. This is the most, I've never seen such political and intellectual infantilism. I've never seen anything like it. You should hear what people say. Their whole worldview is the most ridiculous. I don't understand it. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to help people or not? You know, when Charlie would say, I don't think people should have sex before marriage. Okay, Charlie, what are you doing about it? What do you mean? Well, what are you doing about it? What do you mean? Well, I can't do anything about it. Well, what are you saying it? It's real easy to say that. You want to tell people this? Tell some horny teenager, tell them that. And what are you going to do? Are you going to say it anymore? No, just take my word for it. I'm Charlie Kirk, and that's my message. Is that it? Seriously. I've never understood that. You're just going to tell people that, and that's it? You're going to cite a biblical verse and say, that's it. People want direction. People want support. They just don't want platitudes. I'm not giving him a hard time. He did more than anybody else, but I never understood what do you people want? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you really trying to do? I think it's important and critical to get young people and to sit there and treat them like adults and sit there and say, I want to talk to you about this. And it's okay to talk, in front of people. And believe me, he did more. God, he did more than anybody else. And the best part about this, I hate to say it, listen, I don't think it's her fault per se, but if they said, hey, Erika, do you believe in premarital sex is bad as well? Do you think that people should be celibate before they get married? Huh? Those dudes you were married to, or whatever it was, or not married. I don't know if she was married, but I don't think she was, but all those guys, those are your boyfriends, right? Right. The ones where you said cleavage, the first one you're doing that the thing you're drinking and what? You're saying you didn't have sex with him? Is that what you're saying? And the other guy, and the other guy, and the other guy? Is that what you're saying? No. You did, didn't you? So you're a hypocrite. Why is anybody talking about this? Charlie said this. Do you or do you not believe in what he's saying? Now, there are some things in the world that I can really think, I would have no problem telling young people. But I think not having sex, it's like sometimes you know what, I'm going to pass on that one, right? Because nobody's going to believe me when I tell you. Yeah. Don't you understand what's going on? Young people need direction more than anything else. They absolutely, positively need direction like you cannot believe. That's why the other day I saw this. There was these young people, Billy and Candy, Billy and Candy. Anyway, I'll get the name right. I thought they actually care about something. They're talking about something. Young people, yes. Some of these people, they want to unbox a curling iron and they get 10 million views on YouTube. This is the most important thing in the world. I wanted them to understand this. Look, I know I'm repeating myself, and I understand that. But I will tell you this much, and I mean this. I am absolutely, positively, 100% serious when I am telling you that every now and then there's this thing that comes along where God or nature or happenstance gives you this opportunity. And when he died, when Charlie died, this was something, you talk about something squandered. She had the chance of chances to actually use this. Insert opinion says, isn't the rule, do as I say, not as I do? Yes. Oh, for thee and not for me? Absolutely. But this was, let me just say something to you. And I'm going to just, enough, and then we'll pick up later this evening. How this woman was given the chance. Not that, I don't want to make it sound like you're so lucky your husband was killed. No, it was a tragedy. But you could have used that moment, that tragedy, and you could have done something that Charlie never could have done. Never. You could have been they would have loved you. I mean, when you walked out, people would cry when they saw you. People would cry. Not because you're hot, not because you're this, but they said, that's a tremendous human being. That's somebody I want to know. That's somebody I want to pattern my life after. That's what you could have done. And that's what you squandered. Now nobody's going to listen to you anymore. Nobody's paying attention. You're a joke. It's over. It's done. It's done. And even in this nonsense, even these TPUSA, these relics, these children, these little boys who pretend to run this show, their whole thing is that, look how mean you've been to us. My friends, We will discuss this later. Let me also tell you something. Start praying. When human beings involve themselves in the notion, even hint at war, hint at it, you could talk about a tripwire that you cannot pull back from. And you are also having a lot of people who say, we are tired of this, and we are going, whether they're right or wrong, it's not about right or wrong. It's about reality. This is a very scary time. And I'm going to talk more about this later also. There's something very evil going on in the world. And we are seeing it in records and in spades. And I'm telling you, when exorcists are going to the Vatican, and you can think whatever you want about, and say, we have to do something. It's another story. Brasileira says, we are very close to what Aristotle said. Revolution arises from a desire for equality when men think they have less than others, and from a desire for inequality when they think they have more. To share a little Aristotelian sapience there, dear Carla. Thank you for that. Absolutely. I thought that after Vietnam, I said, we're never going to go through this again. And a lot of these people, Colonel McGregor and others, a lot of these people who are in the Pentagon now, they were in Vietnam. Some of them were. Or maybe towards the end of it, because even Vietnam veterans are becoming 70, 80 years old. But I thought we never have to deal with this again. And guess what? We're doing exactly the same thing. Exactly. We are never learning. People just don't learn. People are so stupid. And there's no excuse for that. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for my dear super chatters. Absolutely. And by the way, if you do not pray per se, if you do not believe, or if you do not have a particular focused deity or entity or something that you can ask to change the course of things, what I do is I use something. This may sound even crazier, but I believe in it. When I think of something on a regular basis, I believe there's a kind of a weird form of, I'm using terms like this, cosmic energy, a kind of a force field or something that I'm created. Like there's this thing. You know when somebody's looking at you, you can tell somebody's looking at you? That thing. And if everybody thinks, if everybody, call it prayer, call it whatever you want, but focus. We cannot do this. When you're taking a pen out and you're signing the death warrant of innocent men and women, not just in this country, but around the world, if you truly believe in a God, and by the way, I think there's something, I think this Pope was onto something, and you are actively, negligently, deliberately involving yourself in a useless war, no matter who you are. Politics is one thing, but when you engage in human beings like they're chessboard, like they're the Kissinger, that's what great men do. We just move people around like pawns on a chessboard. The Pope said, this is a sin. And you know what? He's absolutely right. 100% correct. Okay? Let me tell you something. There's no way around it. Thank you for this. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your very, very kind words. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. She's got some great, poignant, powerful things. Powerful messaging. She's on phones during the day. She's got Zooms and, oh my God. All the families are still breaking down this incredibly powerful, this landmark litigation or this prosecution that happened last week. So follow her and support her at Lynn's Warriors at YouTube. And thank you for this. Please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you later at 8. 8 sound good? I think it is. Let me stop, kind of reconvene. But I love this today. You've allowed me to send my energy to you. I feel like, because without this, I don't know what I do. I don't know. We don't have any friends. You're my friend. We don't have any friends. You got nobody to talk to. I only talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And of course, overnights on WABC. That's also good. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. Talk to you later. Until then, my friends, remember the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. See you at 8.